Alrighty, good evening, Griffins. My name is Darren Brinks, and we have a great stream for you here today. We have our very own Griffin Esports League of Legends team going up against University of North Georgia Blue. As of right now, Griffin Esports is 2-2, looking to win this series to push themselves up to 3-2, while University of North Georgia Blue going to try and move up to 5-1 as they are 4-1. They are the 3rd seed, we are the 4th seed, and this is the Peach Belt Conference. So let's go ahead and swap it over to our champ select if we have not already. As we can see for the first ban phase, we can already see the Zaya ban, the Set ban, and the Yon ban come from the University of North Georgia Blue, while MWSU goes ahead and bans out the Wukong, the Aurelion Sol, and the Jarvan. So I believe we're actually getting into our second ban phase now. As we can see, we already see the Varus pick, the Sejuani pick, and the Caitlyn pick coming from the side of Missouri Western State University, Griffin Esports. University of North Georgia Blue, the Cho'Gath, Senna, and the Kazakhs will be chosen as well. A Shen ban comes through. Shen, from personal experience, has been very strong recently. Let's see here what MWSU decides to ban out. Who are they going to go ahead and target here? They're going to go ahead and ban out the Seraphine, which is very interesting. Seraphine is quite strong, in my opinion, right now, but moving on from that, does appear that MWSU is going to go ahead and choose the Varus mid too. It's one thing I just realized here. I'm going to assume down in the bot lane, we're going to have that Caitlyn, but I wonder who is going to be the champion that supports that Caitlyn. You know, kind of like a Morgana or anybody who has that CC ability, knowing that Caitlyn can put their traps under somebody who's already CC'd and can do that extra damage there. Ivern ban, very interesting, going to come out from the side of University of North Georgia Blue. And the Scion ban will go ahead and finish off that second ban phase. Who is going to be the ADC for North Georgia Blue? Hovering the Draven, 15 seconds left to pick. Now switching on over to Twitch, also a really good pick. Trying to see if they can even out the matchup in the bot lane. Syndra, that's a very interesting one. Maybe they were picking the mid laner and they were choosing who wants to go mid, but they did hover quite a lot of ADC, so we might actually see a Syndra bot lane, but who knows. Evozinator now. Silas will be hovered. Twisted Fate, haven't seen a Twisted Fate in a long time. Rise 2 will now be hovered, and I believe that might be... Oh, this one's very interesting. Silas, I'm going to assume that's top lane? Oh, maybe it's a Varus Caitlyn bot lane. I don't know. Everything seems really scattered right now, which kind of scares me. But Fansa, now the support, will be looking to try. I think what MWSU needs right now is a little bit more tankiness, a little bit more beefiness to kind of sustain themselves in some fights here. So I'm going to assume maybe somebody oh no, there's the Tom Kench pick. So I think from what I can tell, maybe that's a Tom Kench support, a Silas top, Sejuani jungle, and then Caitlyn bot, Varus mid, I think. We'll have to see once we load into the game here, but yeah, going on from that, as you can see from the side of North Georgia Blue, they have the Cho'Gath, Senna, Kazakh, Syndra. Now looking for the last pick. This will be the oh no, it won't be the support pick as they've already chosen Senna. A Kled top lane. Now, that is very interesting. Now, let's go ahead and do what I have maybe about a minute here to go ahead and give you a rundown of who we have. We actually have, it is a okay, yeah, there we go. We do have a Caitlyn Varus bot lane. We also have a Silas mid, and from what I believe, it was Sejuani jungle. I do believe so, right? Yeah, Sejuani jungle and Tom Kench. And of course, we have Elfamp. I'm sorry, my apologies. We have Elfamp, Lax, Amon, and Evozinator Fanza from the top down. Yeah, let's go ahead and take a quick look at them while they're in their game mode. It is quite a little dark in the arena. But yeah, as we can see, starting from, I believe actually from the right to left this time. But actually, no, let's start from left to right. I believe we have our first one, Fanza, all the way on the left. Now, it does seem that something, so a little blip there. Yes, Elfamp on the right, then we have Lax, Amon right in the middle, Evozinator to Amon's left, and Fanza. Yeah, they look ready to go. I believe I only have a little bit of time here, though. But yeah, let's go ahead and switch it on. Oh, nope, guess not. There we go. Yes, there we go. We have Fanza there looking ready. On over to the right of Fanza is Evozinator, who is now playing ADC for today. We had a little bit of a lane swap there. Heading on over to the mid lane is Ammon. Hair pulled back, ready to go into gamer mode. Yes, now moving back on over to the right, we do have Lax. And moving on over now to the right of Lax is Elf Vamp. And I believe the team is now ready to go in the full view as we can see here. But yes, actually from that, I believe what we wait here for our spectator delay, I think we should go ahead and move on to our spectator delay screen. So don't go anywhere, Griffins. We'll be back after the short break. Alrighty, welcome back, Griffins, from our spectate delay. We got a very exciting game here. Once again, if we can go ahead and swap it on over to our loading screen. Okay, no. That's what we can go ahead and see from here. Now, this is very interesting. Yeah. Okay, yes, both teams getting ready here as they go ahead and buy their starting items. This is very interesting. Not really. Okay, they're going to go ahead and prepare themselves for an anti-invade. Now, from what I can go ahead and see here, MWSU is starting on their blue side, and they're going to go ahead up towards the top side river. Might be doing a little bit of a bush strat here, so they could quite possibly catch out this Kha'Zix, but no, Kha'Zix has the information. It seems that MWSU really does want this red buff, but I think they're going to easily back out there. A thumbs up coming out from Lax. We'll go ahead, just walk away there as they all have information now. A couple of recalls here so everyone gets themselves situated.
Minions have spawned.
Seems that UNG Blue will go ahead and be starting off on their blue side. I believe, though, Missouri Western will be starting on their red. Here we are. Red buff is going to go ahead and summon up here. Once again, actually, I believe we should go ahead and do a little roll call from the side of, or for UNG Blue. Seems that we have the Silver Weasel up on the top side. The jungle, JP Montgomery. Or the jungle, JP Montgomery. Mid lane is Goblinoid. ADC and support down on the bot side is Churro and Shanghai. Fans are already coming out with the poke damage. Now, I don't know about any of the viewers, but I have yet to see a Caitlyn Varus duo bot lane. That side is definitely a new one for me. Ooh, a lot of damage coming out from Goblinoid onto Ammon. Of course, Ammon has not played mid in quite a bit, so this one's definitely going to be maybe a little bit of a warm-up. But yeah, I can definitely tell. I could definitely tell that Evosenator actually is the. I'm curious to know if it's the APC, but it seems that they did build a Dorn's Blade. So yeah. Anyways, moving on from that. CS looks good pretty much all around here. Ammon already jumping on top of Goblinoid. I do believe the abilities are going to come down, or the abilities are going to become off CD faster for the Syndras, though. So who really won that fight other than they're both on half HP? Ammon already going in. I believe that's a flash being taken off of Syndra there. So very well played Smurf, or Lax, in a very tough position there. So going to be forced to go ahead and queue over the wall as Kha'Zix manages to find them in a 1v1. As we do know, you don't want to 1v1 Kha'Zix, especially with that extra buff he gets for literally getting in the 1v1. So the Silver Weasel managing to take Tahm Kench Elfamp pretty low. It seems that we have a very aggressive game back and forth, and we're only 3 minutes and 3 minutes and 30 seconds into the game. Goblinoid getting hopped on by Ammon. Here comes the gank coming in from Lax, and First Blood will go ahead and manage to go over to Ammon. Fans on a little bit of a tough position there, though, as Montgomery, JP Montgomery, manages to gank bot side. Evosenator will go ahead and continue standing. Yeah, but unfortunately, Fanza went down. Here comes the side steps coming in from Evosenator, so Senna can't quite proc the stun. However, a lot of damage that comes out from Evosenator, but they're going to have to try and find some early picks here. Also, I definitely know from experience that Varus can fall off. Elfamp doesn't want to push forward. I think they know that the Silver Weasel is in that close brush. So, we'll go ahead and try and cancel the recall, and manages to do it so. Elfamp being forced to stay in lane now. There we go. Not wanting to miss their cannon. There goes Elfamp pushing up now. Has a lot of minions on their side. So if the Silver Weasel decides they want to go ahead and try and fight the Tahm Kench, definitely would not be in their favor. I do believe, I think it's 3 auto attacks, or three little attacks that come in from the minions equals 1 auto attack from a champion. So especially with how early it is too, you definitely don't want to risk that hopping on top of someone with minions. So Evosenator and Fanza managed to push up wave again. Silas, the only one with an elimination. Oh no, Kha'Zix has an elimination on the board, so it's 1-1. It's not even a 100 gold difference, about a 90 gold difference between both teams here. It's all going to come down to that CS in this early game here to see who wants to break that. It's definitely a little quiet along the rift here as well, too. Again, just that early farm, waiting for someone to over push just a little bit so that either Kha'Zix or Sejuani can gank. Elfamp will go ahead and force Kled away, as Kled, I believe, is one of the slowest champions without Skarl there, so getting taken off now. Silver Weasel will be looking to try and get Skarl back. Ammon trying to jump on top of the Syndra there, but has the vision and knows that Kha'Zix is there as well. So Kha'Zix, unfortunately, will not be ganking mid at the moment. I don't know if he quite knows that there's vision in that brush. So Shanghai accidentally stepping into a trap here. Oh, Fanza getting stunned again. Churro, however, health trickling down. And here comes Sejuani. Evosenator with the flash. E will manage to slow both of them. Shanghai is going to go ahead and get taken out. And an elimination will go to Evosenator. Unfortunately, can't quite land the Q on top of the Cho'Gath. However, it's pretty worth in the eyes of MWSU as they managed to take out the support there. A couple of extra gold being grabbed from it. Dragon will now be fought here by the side of MWSU. It's both Lax and Fanza. Vozinator is still trying, or is shoving the wave down the bot side. So if MWSU picks up this dragon, I believe they will. There's no contest for it. They go ahead and pick up this dragon as the minions push under tower. The Cho'Gath will miss that extra XP. Now turning level 7 is the Silver Weasel. Will go ahead and hop right on top of Elf Vamp and ignite being procced. Here comes the ulti from the Kled, but I don't think it's going to be very successful here. I wish we could go ahead and replay that one again, but I just think Elfamp played that one just by walking away, using their shield to go ahead and negate that ignite damage. I just don't think there was enough damage output that came out there, even with the ultimate, so very unfortunate, but the Silver Weasel will go ahead and continue to shove in the wave there. We'll probably be looking to I'm going to assume maybe a tower dive. No, actually, Tom Kench decided to go ahead and recall back, so hopefully the Silver Weasel doesn't overstay too long. Wow, look at the damage coming out from Ammon, stealing the Syndra ulti. Just an auto attack low, though. Very unfortunate. So you can see here, Evozinator and Fanza will be looking to They'll be looking to try and grab an elimination. Here comes another gank by the Sejuani. However, a double stun from the Senna will go ahead and proc onto the Varus and the Caitlyn. An ulti that comes from the Sedge, though, and I think they're going to manage to take out Shanghai again. And yes, they do. Very well played by MWSU, using the best of their abilities to try and slow and stun the bot lane. Now, besides the jungler and the top lane, as they are both 0-0, the jungler does have 3 assists, but 1 elimination for each of the both the support, the ADC, and the mid lane for MWSU. Kha'Zix's the only one with an elimination here. It seems that JP Montgomery's in a little bit of a tough situation. However, Amphvamp putting themselves in a 2v1, now a 2v2, now a 3v2 as the rotates come in from Lax and Ammon. Here comes the speed boost coming from that stolen Kled ultimate. Lax will manage to find the elimination onto Kha'Zix. Here comes the flashes from everyone on the side of MWSU. And unfortunately, Silver Weasel, now without Skarl, the slowest champ in the game, will go ahead and unfortunately get taken out. Lax will now go ahead and reset on over towards their blue side jungle. So now it's going to get quite on the rift. Bot side, a little bit of a back and forth, I want to say. Right now, I also want to say it's a little flip-flop. Fanza, the Caitlyn support, is actually level 5, the same as what I assume to be is supposed to be kind of like a tank ADC, the Cho'Gath. They're both level 5 right now, but Evozinator and the Senna are level 6, and they both have good ultimates to use. Grabbing this top scuttle will go ahead and be a very nice gold grab for Sejuani. As the wave is now frozen, Senna or Cho'Gath can't really walk up, and now the waves will go ahead and clash here. MWSU will be looking to probably shove in this bottom wave here. Evozinator turns level 7. Caitlyn turning level 6 here. It seems that Cho'Gath is slowly falling behind in XP. However, we'll probably grab level 6 from this wave here. Uh-oh. Here comes the Kha'Zix ready for the gank, and this might be an elimination on over to Shanghai. Fanza will be looking to try and pick off Churro. Can they do it? Oh, they almost managed to, getting him down below 100 HP, but can't quite find it, unfortunate. Fanza has to be careful. I think this Kha'Zix might be looking for a little bit of a double gank here, back to back. Oh, here comes Ammon trying to jump on top of the Kha'Zix. There was that vision there. Unfortunately, can't quite connect as Kha'Zix jumps over that wall. Churro and Shanghai will go ahead and be sticking around here. They don't want to miss on any of this XP. Elfamp and the Silver Weasel getting into another fight with each other again. The Silver Weasel will go ahead and get stunned, but pretty much wins this fight as they're still on top of Skarl. Lax will be looking for a gank here onto the Syndra. Moving up now is Ammon and Fanza. So Lax, Amon, and Fanza will be looking to gank here. There is a Kha'Zix there, but it's a 3v2 situation. So here we are. Rift Herald will go ahead and be placed mid. And the target right now is Rift Herald, so it doesn't destroy all those turret plates. But there it is. Here comes the Scar Ultimate, targeting the Sejuani. Oh, the damage that comes out from Lax will go ahead. Oh, the damage combined with Lax and Fanza there will manage to find themselves an elimination onto the Kha'Zix. Kha'Zix is now 1-2, and they're going to grab another dragon. I believe it's 6 eliminations to 2, sending Kha'Zix back a little bit there. They do have a Hextech dragon, so now MWSU will go ahead and manage to find themselves an Ocean Drake. And what will the map go ahead and turn into? It's going to go ahead and turn into the Cloud Drake map. So there's just a couple of speed boost zones in the jungles in case there's a team fight that breaks out in the jungle. Could give either team a positive advantage just with that extra speed boost. But the Silver Weasel and Elfvamp will probably, I want to say Elfvamp will probably be looking for a fight here. The Silver Weasel almost getting Kled back about 75%. And they're just, yep, they're just chilling. They're just gonna go ahead and wait for the minion waves to come in here as they just go ahead and freeze them, freezing the wave. So yeah, the Silver Weasel will probably go ahead and get Scarl back here, I want to say. So Elfvamp being very cautious as the Silver Weasel hits level 10. Elfvamp is just a level down. What will MWSU's next move be is the curious question. Oh, the Silver Weasel wants to try and find Elfvamp here. Wants to try and push forward in the lane. Here it is. Hops on top of Elfvamp. Will go ahead and grapple them as well. Gonna throw the Kled under the tower. Can they find it? Yes, they do. A great elimination from Elfvamp. That is what we like to see. Unbenching the Kench. Here comes the Syndra, though. Can Elfvamp escape here? Oh, wow. Elfvamp escaping under 100 HP. And we'll now have this extra time to recall and get to lane before Kled. If Kled doesn't even have teleport. So, yeah, Tom Kench will manage to find a couple of extra minions there, trying to probably look to or try and find equal CS there, as Kled is ahead by about 35, I want to say. Evozinator will go ahead and get knocked up here. Churro looking a little bit more tanky than they did in the early game. Amon trying to grapple on top of Goblinoid. Goblinoid throwing their orbs on top of Amon, trying to trickle down their health bar so they can go ahead and engage. A root coming out from Fanza. Fanza will be forced to flash away. The damage coming out from Churro, unfortunately, will not get taken out. Here comes the TP that's coming in from Tom Kench. Tom Kench is going to go. Oh, no, it's actually Amon with the TP. My apologies. Amon trying to find an elimination. I believe Syndra's down there, too. So it's a 4 versus 3 situation. So I don't think anyone's going to get taken out down on the bot side, though. Tom Kench and Kled at a standstill once again on that top side. And Kled has to be careful, because we remember last time the Tom Kench actually managed to get their 3 stacks off onto the Kled, managed to just eat them up and throw them under tower. So Syndra's needing to go ahead and rotate back to mid. Probably, or actually, he's going to be looking to grab this blue buff here, though. So that'll definitely give him a little bit of an advantage. Fanza is up, or heading up towards mid. Curious to know. I guess they're just looking for a safe recall then. All right. Silas and Syndra now heading back to lane. Here comes the fight between Elfvamp and the Silver Weasel. Oh, no, they're not going to manage to find. Oh, wait, quite possibly. Maybe a re-engage by the Silver Weasel. No, won't find it much either. Again, they're really just poking each other back and forth. They're not really gaining or losing anything from it, besides maybe they're just passively healing up all the damage that they do to each other. So Silver Weasel managed to go ahead and clear out the wave and move downwards. It is 7 eliminations to 2, and MWSU is up by about 1.3 say 1.3k damage and oh my, or 1.3k gold, but that damage is definitely massive, chunking out the Cho'Gath. So another elimination on over to what I believe was the Varus. He'll go ahead and move up to 2-1. Sejuani also, or Sejuani is also 3-0, and Sejuani is definitely a strong pick right now. So you want to be careful. Elfamp might have accidentally found themselves in a tough situation here. No, here comes the gank coming in from Lax, and Syndra is going to go ahead and get taken out here. The timing there, the teamwork, the synergy looking very strong. Again, MWSU, they did take a loss last week, so they're looking to bring themselves back here. Having to try and find a more positive, or trying to end the week on a more positive note, unlike last week. So here we are, Evozinator, Amon, Lax, and Fanza now on the Drake, and this will be the third Drake of the game that they pick up. There is no contest. Montgomery invading right now onto Lax's blue buff. Is Tom Kench heading on over there? I think Tom Kench knows that Kha'Zix is there. I don't think Kha'Zix can really fight a Tom Kench by themselves. So Amon managing to steal the Syndra ultimate again. So is ready to try and find an extra pick here. No, but once again, going through a recap here, up as we can see up on the top side. Again, this is the first game of for MWSU in the weekend. I believe we're in week 6 right now. So, yeah, but 9 eliminations to 2, 3 Drakes, and MWSU's up by about 2.2 thousand gold. They only have 1 tower, it seems, while UNG Blue has 2. So MWSU probably needs to start grouping up here, win a team fight, and taking some towers. Probably would be the best bet here, as they need to try or need to continue their map pressure. Lax on the Raptors. We'll go ahead and clear them out. Taking the red buff will be Evozinator. Wants to get that extra burn damage. Shanghai and Montgomery now rotating on over towards mid. Montgomery pushing forward in the river. Senna now following along. I think they might be looking for a gank down on the bottom side. As we can see, the Sejuani and Silas are pushed up a little. Oh, Fanza is going to get caught out here, and there's the elimination on over to Montgomery. Will now even out their KD 2-2. Oh, the damage from Evozinator with the charged up Q will take out the Senna. Will be a 1-for-1. The sidesteps coming out from Evozinator, but there is the... Oh, seems that the Syndra R will leave Evozinator on 1 HP. Here comes the rotate from Amon, Elfamp, and Sejuani. They'll manage to find a double kill, taking out the Syndra and the Cho'Gath. MWSU seems to find themselves in these tough situations, but will always manage, or has managed to seem to always come out on top. Again, one person getting caught out, but the rotates from the team seems to be turning all of that around. Montgomery trying to take the red. Will jump over into the Krug pit. And I think we'll actually manage to get away there. Sejuani is on the hunt right now. However, there are the numbers from MWSU in their positioning right now. Looks very strong. Kled and Varus going to manage to find a tower there. Bot tower will be taken by the Kled. However, I believe mid tower was just taken by Evozinator there. So Tier 1, the last Tier 1 tower remaining now is the Tier 1 top tower from, or for University of North Georgia Blue. So here we are now. As we can see, both teams are starting to group up just a little bit more as we reach this this 21-minute mark. Fanza and Evozinator once again in the mid lane. I'll probably be looking for a couple of eliminations here. Senna definitely has to watch out because Senna has been going from 100 health to 0 really fast, especially against this Varus. So you don't want to overstep. You don't want to try and get hit front with this Varus ulti. Seems like Kha'Zix will manage to go ahead and get away, grabbing the Raptors from MWSU's red side. So now it's awfully quiet around on the Rift. Whenever one person sees another, they tend to just kind of walk away. Everyone's trying to play passive here. UNG Blue. Now, it would be curious enough if UNG Blue is looking to try and just grab a couple of picks here. As you can see, they are kind of spread out around the map here. Everyone has just kind of gone back to just farming and doing their own thing. So Sejuani down at Krugs will probably be looking to group up here, but here comes Montgomery and Senna. Want to try and hop on top of the Sejuani, but the Sejuani's really tanky, so I don't think Kha'Zix could necessarily take on the Sejuani alone. Dragon will be up in about 10 seconds. Here comes the Kled ulti along with Senna and Cho'Gath. Amon in a little bit of a tough situation here. It seems that Kled has jumped on top of Evozinator. A fight now being won. It is still right now in favor of UNG Blue. Here comes Amon with the healing. 2 eliminations to 2 eliminations. Oh, but MWSU slowly turning it around as they manage to find another pick on the side of UNG Blue. Cho'Gath, Senna, and Kled go down as they take out the Varus and Amon. They do manage to pick up a little bit of gold there, but I think this is going to be Cloud Soul on over to MWSU. Here comes Tom Kench rotating in from the red side jungle. Oh, Montgomery might be looking for a steal here as the Drake is on about 5,000, 5,500 HP. Elfvamp going to be trying to suppress the Syndra, but what they really need to do is they need to try and stop the Kha'Zix. Uh-oh. Evozinator in a tough situation. There goes the ulti. They managed to push Kha'Zix off of the Drake there, keeping them away from the pit in general. So great position from MWSU. Uh-oh, Amon's in a little bit of a tough situation. I don't think he's going to really do enough damage there. Oh, Elfvamp will manage to find Syndra there with the help of Varus. A charged up Q. One shot. Montgomery will go ahead and go down. Okay, Amon is still alive. And so Amon will go ahead and regroup with his team there as they now want to try and grab Baron. Fanza up in about 13 seconds. The Caitlyn support. Oh, I think they're actually going to manage to grab this Baron here too. Kha'Zix is on a 20-second timer still for respawn. And Syndra's not up for another 10 seconds either, and it's only Kled, Cho'Gath, and Senna up right now. So, yeah, there we go. They'll go ahead and take the Baron. Again, this is looking like a very destructive game and in favor for MWSU, but as we saw with that fight from UNG Blue, it is still possible to go ahead and put themselves on a good standing in this game. Lax will manage to go ahead and grab a Gromp there, just clearing out the jungle as usual. So here we are now. What will MWSU do with their Baron? Are they going to all group up, or is it better to go ahead and spread across the map? I'd say spread across the map. Fanza and Evozinator and Amon are on that top side. As we can see, Tom Kench is mid, trying to apply pressure, and it's going to leave UNG Blue with the choice. Do you go for top side or do you go for mid? Which lane do you feel like losing is the question. Tom Kench has eaten the Cho'Gath, and Cho'Gath's health is trickling down. Wow, look at that damage that comes out from Tom Kench. Again, Tom Kench is 2-0-7 right now. They're definitely unbenching the Kench. The teleport comes in. Here comes the Kled ultimate as well, and we got ourselves a good fight on our hands. The Silver Weasel managed to get taken down to about 20% HP, and Amon is now the only one left alive. Can he stay alive? No, he's going to get pulled away, and shutdowns will be given to UNG Blue. Actually, I don't even think there was any shutdowns there, but they'll grab a good sum of gold there. So very well played by UNG Blue. They definitely needed something there, and that's what they decided to do. Lax is in the bot lane right now. We'll probably only get the turret to about... Oh, no, could possibly get it down before Kled gets here. Gonna let the minions gonna go ahead and take care of this one. Lax will go ahead and jump away. The Baron buff will go ahead and get off the minions there as Lax leaves, so... Regrouping from all the recalls and the respawns there, so... UNG Blue managed to get, I think, find 3 eliminations in that last fight. I think the big objective here right now, too, would be the Elder Drake. As usually, Elder Drake is pretty game winning. The issue is that do you have the damage to back it up if UNG Blue gets it? Griffin Esports, if they do grab the Elder Drake, they will for sure start winning the majority of the fights. Lax doesn't know that Kha'Zix is there. Will Kha'Zix show himself? No, is probably going to hop on top of the Varus. Can't hop on the Varus. They're going ahead and playing a little bit of Ring Around the Rosie in the jungle. Look at that speed coming in from Smurf. Lax there. The jump. Kha'Zix doesn't have jump yet. We'll go ahead and get stunned. And we'll get taken out by the Varus. Unfortunately, a little bit of a misposition there. Saw the play, but it wasn't executed correctly. Fanza, Amon, and Evozenator will be pushing mid now. Amon unafraid to create a little bit of space. Alrighty, Churro's going to get knocked up here. Gets taken out by Evozenator, and Evozenator will go ahead and move up to 6 eliminations. Turret's going to go ahead and get taken out here. A hook trying to go on over to Shanghai. Can't quite connect from Amon. MWSU will go ahead and be retreating off now. As their Baron buff has gone away, they're going to be preparing for Elder Drake, which spawns in with an update of 1 minute and 25 seconds. Amon up in the top side, applying pressure. We'll go ahead and recall now. Syndra looking probably grab some items, as well as Senna too. Gromp will be stolen away from the Kha'Zix. And here comes Smurf Lax here trying to get away. Uh-oh, we might see Kha'Zix try and go in. Oh, okay, I guess it was blocked away. I believe that was an ability from, not an ability, my apologies, an item from the Sejuani. So, yeah, they'll go ahead and recall there safely. Uh-oh, Montgomery managing to find themselves in a 1v1 against Evozenator. Can Evozenator find... Oh, no. Turning it around now. Fanza will grab the elimination there. Not enough damage that comes out from the Kha'Zix. Oh. Let's go ahead. Might need to click back in the game there. The game's not quite over. Oh, waiting for it. Yep. Alrighty. And waiting for it. Alrighty, and we're back. 21 eliminations to 9. It doesn't seem that we missed much here. Elder Drake will now be spawning in. Again, coming in from the blue side. Elder Drake's health is trickling down now as Fanza has damage under his belt. Lax will go ahead and be jumping in on the fun too. Evozenator is the one pushing bot lane right now, and here comes the Elder Drake. It's going to go ahead and be picked up. Oh, let's see the damage here. Evozenator. They're going to try and take out Evozenator here because they really don't want to deal, again, with 5 having Elder Drake. But at least I believe they're just going to try and find some picks here. But grouped up now will be MWSU heading towards Baron. I'm curious to know if a fight's going to break out here. Again, if MWSU basically wins this next fight, they win the game. So, yeah, they're up about 9,000 gold as well, too. And up about 11 elims, so here it is. Now trickling the Baron's health bar. I think Kha'Zix might be going for a steal. As you can see now from every side of Baron is UNG Blue. Here we go. Can he grab it? No, he cannot. Montgomery's in a little bit of a tough position. Tries to grab Fanza, but unfortunately can't quite grab it. 40 seconds on respawn. Kha'Zix will be out probably by the next fight here. Baron plus Elder Drake is very dangerous and usually a game closer once paired together. Goblinoid trying to take down Elfamp, trying to get rid of a little bit of health as much as they can here. Shanghai It's going to be targeted, but unfortunately won't go down. Lax is going to manage to go ahead and find one. A good engage from MWSU. They'll manage to go ahead and find two. Here we are. Now they're just going to go ahead and siege the turrets. There's only two left standing from UNG Blue, and it's safe to say that MWSU has secured this game. One last fight will somewhat break out near the fountain of UNG Blue, but there is the Nexus, and it does appear that MWSU will take the first game in the best of 3 series. Very well played. Now, I say what would need to happen there is just, I think that MWSU just had a little bit of a better positioning game. They definitely knew when to take their fights, when to back off, and stuff like that. But I will go ahead and explain more when we come back from this short break. So, Griffins, we're going to get ready for game 2. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Alrighty, welcome back, Griffins, from that great first game. If you're just now joining me, I'm Darren Brinks, and I'm going to go ahead and take you through the second game we have here, MWSU, with, I believe, about 23 eliminations to 10. They managed to go ahead and win that first game, and now we're going to go ahead and swap on over to our Champ Select. Now, as what I can go ahead and see from here, we see the Varus ban and the Yon ban come out from the side of UNG Blue. If we remember, that Varus pick was very strong. It managed to start one-shotting the champions like Senna at like 15 minutes, so it's very dangerous to see. I believe we also have a Xayah ban, a Aurelion Sol ban, a Wukong ban, and a Jarvan ban from the side of MWSU. Caitlyn will go ahead and be picked up on UNG Blue. Let's go ahead and see what we get with this first ban phase, or with this first pick phase here, as the bans have already gone ahead and made their way out. As it appears, waiting now, they're trying to see what they want to choose. I believe the Caitlyn was taken from them, so Tahm Kench will go ahead and be picked up here once again, as that was strong as well. We do remember that great elimination where Tahm Kench ate the Kled and threw him under tower, took 2 tower shots, and an extra Q from Tahm Kench. A Teemo hover! Teemo? Okay. Oh, nope. There's the Viego. Viego will be looking. Yeah, that definitely gave me a scare. The Viego will be hovered now. And there's the Sejuani. All right, can't forget about the Sejuani. So, anyways, on from that, yes, Sejuani again. That was also a good pick as well. I was curious to know what was happening there. Yes, but now looking for the second pick from the side of UNG Blue. What will it be? Montgomery is going to go ahead and choose the Zac. Now on from that, Nico. Oh, Nico was hovered, but it will probably go back to Syndra, as Syndra was pretty good in the early game, but just WSU was too strong there. Lux will go ahead and be picked instead. Sejuani now. Oh, no, not Sejuani, sorry. Below the Sejuani. Sejuani, Lux, waiting for it. 10 seconds remaining. Oh, come on, don't make me sit here and wait. I'm getting really anxious. No, but here it is. They're going to go ahead. Oh, what's it going to be? It's going to be the Jhin, one of my all-time favorites. Yes, but now we go ahead into our second ban phase. What will it be? What's the first ban that comes in from MWSU? Got to make them count. It might be, waiting for it, 3, 2, 1. It's going to be the Galio. Now, I have not seen a Galio in a long time, but very formidable ban, and we'll go ahead and see what UNG Blue has left to ban here. Who are they going to target? Are they going to target the jungler? Are they going to target the bot laner? The decision will be up to them. It's going to be a Karma ban, probably targeting fans, I want to say. Orianna ban will go ahead and make its way onto the board here as well. Caitlyn, what's it going to be? It's going to be the Silas, Silas, whichever way you'd like to pronounce it. Silas and Silas or Silas, it's going to get banned out either way, as it was very strong last game as well. It does seem that MWSU's team comp really just came together. Hovering the Jinx, Misfortune. Oh, now clicking through. All right. Definitely looking at all of their choices here. It's going to be the Ashe. Is this going to be Jhin, Ashe bot lane? No, this one's going to be interesting. I have seen Ashe and Misfortune in the bot lane before, but not anything other than that, as we saw a Caitlyn Varus. That one was definitely really strong. So Zyra now being hovered. That's probably going to go ahead and be the support in the bot lane. Oh, now I think we're going to be waiting for, who is it going to be? Is this the jungler we're waiting for? I cannot quite tell. we will go ahead and wait and see. Graves being hovered. The Olaf. Olaf's going to be locked in. I think that's the top lane. My apologies. So we have Zach jungle, Olaf top, Caitlyn mid. Oh, no, it'll be Caitlyn bot, Zyra AP support, and then Lux mid lane. And on the side of MWSU, we got the Tom Kench top, Sejuani jungle, Jhin. I'm going to assume Jhin and Ashe bot lane, and then this might be the mid laner here. Is it going to be Kassadin? We're locking in the Kassa win. That is just the nickname I've always learned to know, because Kassadin becomes very deadly at like 15 minutes. He starts one-shotting everyone, although I don't know. I guess I don't understand how people can use his ultimate after it. Like, you can use it whenever, but the mana cost keeps going up every time you use it. I don't understand it. But we got about 35 seconds here. I'm pretty open-minded about this one here, too, as from what I could tell, it's just looking very, I don't want to say all over the place, but I'm curious to know how these team fights are going to necessarily be carried out when they happen. So anyways, on from that, we're going to go ahead to our spectator delay chat, and we're going to go ahead and catch you here in about 3 minutes. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Alrighty, welcome back, Griffins, from our spectator delay. I hope you had a wonderful little break there. You can go grab your snacks and whatever you're drinking. And we're going to go ahead and get right back into this. Now, what's very interesting, too, is I also wanted to say, full-heartedly agree that Tahm Kench does look a little bit like a SpongeBob character. I will not lie. He is a giant catfish, after all. So, oh, and it seems that we have a little bit of a... I believe we have a little bit of a disconnect here. Oh, nope, and we are back. They will go ahead and... oh, yeah, no, they're back. Just a little bit of a blip there. So, no, we are good to go. Oh, it's actually going to be a Zyra mid instead of a Zyra AP support, like I thought. So, Lux down in the bottom side instead. So, oh, hello. Okay, very interesting. I believe they might have taken a pause again. So, oh, nope, and we are back. Could have just been a little bit of latency there. No issue with that. So, moving on, we'll go ahead and see. Yeah, everyone's just kind of, we're just going to kind of wait and see if anybody wants to invade here. It'll be the Lux trying to poke out Ammon, and Ammon will go ahead and sidestep there.
Minions have spawned.
It's very quiet along the rift. You can even hear the crickets. Shanghai and Shiro ready to bring back last game. Everyone here seems that, or UNG Blue will be looking to go ahead and tie the series 1-1. That's the proper way to say it. There we go. Ashe support and Jhin ADC is definitely very interesting. Getting poked just a little bit by the Lux. I've always been curious to know, how do you play Ashe support into a Lux? Now, that's very interesting. Wait a minute, it's a Zac top instead of a Zac jungle. Yes, this is going to be a very interesting game. Usually Zac is in the jungle and Olaf is in the top side, but okay, hopefully it doesn't throw MWSU off a little bit. That damage that comes out from that empowered Q from the Jhin and that empowered auto attack he has every 4 bullets definitely shows, as he manages to chunk what I believe was Churro there. Could have been the Lux. Could have overlooked that. The Silver Weasel will go ahead and be shoving in the wave here. Hopefully Tahm Kench knows how to farm under tower here. We'll go ahead and get the level up, though. Now level 2 to level 2. Curious thing about Zac is, though, he can't hop out of the Tahm Kench after he gets eaten up. So if he gets thrown under tower, how is he going to manage to get out of that situation? You don't want to over push towards the Tahm Kench, especially when you're in melee range all the time. So we'll go ahead and get shoved together against one of their minions. Just a little damage, though. However, overall, it does connect. We'll jump away. We'll be the Silver Weasel, and nobody really finds much of a fight there. Montgomery now at their Rud buff. We'll probably be looking to gank bottom side, but a ping that comes out, as we saw on that bottom minimap there. They're curious to know if or where the Sejuani is. They want to watch out so they know whether to push up, whether to not push up, whether they want to engage or disengage. Ammon trying to find damage onto the Zyra. Can't quite find it. The Zyra does have a lot of poke damage. The Silver Weasel does have a lot of sustain, though, I'd have to say. Can you go ahead and pick up those extra blobs that fall off, right? You can go ahead and pick them up to heal. Oh, the Silver Weasel's going to take a tower shot, though. So all that healing really goes down the drain. So we do not get confused either. MWSU is now on the red side of the map. So they're actually the color red this game. Sejuani running up to the river, and Olaf is behind them. You want to be careful getting into a 1v1 with an Olaf, as the lesser health he has, the more damage he does. Montgomery's definitely going to be going on to Lax here. Can they get away? I think we're going to go ahead and see a first blood. There it is. First blood's going to go on over to UNG Blue. Very well played as they chase deep inside of the jungle. Goblinoid and Ammon at the same health here. It's going to be whoever does the most damage. Who jumps on top of who is the question. Oh no, Fanza gets rooted there. Here comes the trade though from Evozinator. Will go ahead and avenge Fanza. Ammon has to be careful here. Zyra's passively healing. I think Ammon's going to play just a little bit passive here though, while he tries to just farm and get some of his items so he can eventually start doing chunk damage, as Cassidans usually do. JP Montgomery will go ahead and be clearing out the Gromp. Cleared blue and will now be clearing out the Wolves to do a full clear there. Ammon wants to try and grab as much CS as possible here, so therefore he can back and doesn't have to deal with this deal with the Zyra, who is poking him in lane. Oh, look at that damage on over to Evozinator. I'm curious to know if that'll force him to back. Yes, it will. It will be Ashe alone in lane. Has to just try and keep those minions back. Elfvamp and the Silver Weasel not really wanting to engage each other at all. And one thing I didn't notice too is one of my favorite things is when the junglers now have their new smites and they gain their little pets. If the pet's falling behind, they just kind of go Mach 10 and just catch up. It's probably one of the funniest animations I've ever seen. But anyways, yeah, the Silver Weasel and Elfvamp looking pretty even here. Besides, Elfvamp's down by about 3 CS, so that's about it. The damage coming out from Churro here. It's going to take out Fanza, but I think Evozinator is going to manage to go ahead and take out the Caitlyn. Smurf Lax in a little bit of a tough position there as well. Oh, wow. Backs are back and forths now coming out from UNG Blue and MWSU. Can Ammon hop on top of the Zyra, though, and win this fight? No, and it seems that they're just going to go ahead and gain eliminations for both sides, but nobody really prevails from that one besides Ashe goes to 0-2. Jhin is 3-1, though. That is something very important to bring up. Now he is early game fed. Ammon really wants to try and take out this Zyra, at least keep her at bay in the bot side. Is Zach going to jump away? Manages to. Elfvamp will go ahead and walk away. It seems that we try and see another one of those eliminations there. Oh, it seems that Zach manages to walk away. Doesn't get quite knocked up there. The Silver Weasel taking a lot of damage, though. And here comes the passive. Can they go ahead and eliminate Zach here? Do they have enough damage? One more jumps away. Smurf or Lax really wants to try to find this Elim. There's the flash Q. Very well played by the Tom Kench and the Sejuani. Evozinator will go ahead and do a lot of damage on over to the Caitlyn, but it's not really a lot. Olaf will go ahead and solo the Drake. UNG Blue will manage to find. I'll go ahead and manage to find that first Drake there. So, anyways, seems that Shanghai getting poked out just a little bit. Evozinator on the same HP. Seems like there's a little bit of a war going on between the Lux and the Jhin right now. But eventually, somebody in that bot lane will go ahead and start being so powerful that the other ADC probably won't be able to compete much, but Churro and Shanghai pushing up and wants to get more of that extra gold, the tower platings. Olaf will be forced to go ahead and push away from the Gromp. Here comes the ultimate. They want to try and find the elimination onto Shanghai. I'm pretty sure this is just a spacing ultimate. Alrighty, sure thing. So, anyways, on from that. Jin wasn't very successful with finding that elimination, but Elfab and the Silver Weasel, once again, they managed to just find themselves very quiet up on that top side. And oh, the damage that comes out from Shanghai. They managed to go ahead with a great combo there. Very well played. Lax in a little bit of a tough position here, though. We'll sidestep the Zac. Here comes the Olaf, though. Olaf's going to go ahead and get knocked up. He can't be CC'd, and his ultimate and Elfamp will get caught out. 7 eliminations to 5, and by about 3,000 gold, UNG Blue will manage to find themselves up in this game so far. Goblinoid trying to be careful when and when not to damage Ammon here. We'll go ahead and get a couple of poke abilities off. We'll do a decent amount of damage on over to Ammon, taking him down to about half HP. He'll probably passively heal it up just a little bit, though, so... Evosinator and Fanza will now be down. In the bot side, grabbing some of the turret plates. And it's very quiet. There's not really much happening other than as we reach, I want to say, the 11-minute and 20-second mark. It's just kind of a back and forth. Got to be careful, though. The junglers are being a lot more active than what they were, though. As we can see, the Olaf is now in every single lane, grabbing some eliminations for himself or for their teams. Ammon getting a little bit unafraid here to jump on top of the Zyra. Now, the curious question is, do you have enough damage against the Zyra? And after Zyra uses their abilities, do you have... You know, can you eliminate her before any of her abilities come back onto cooldown? So after she really uses her stun and her plants are down, you are probably able to jump on top of her, but... Okay. Bottom side turret will go ahead and get destroyed, forcing Jin and Ashe back more. As the Lux is 3-2 with the 150 gold bounty. A little bit of a skirmish up here on the top side. And the Silver Weasel seems to be in a little bit of a tough position. Here we are. Here's the knock up. Here comes the ulti from the Zac, though. Another auto attack. Elfamp needs to try and find it, but I think the healing's just a little bit too much for Elfamp to handle. Will be forced to go ahead and walk away, and I think they'll go ahead and walk away alive. Oh, no. Ammon. And there it is. Fanza will go ahead and tank the ulti there. Ammon's going to be forced to back off, though. The damage right now is crazy from the side of UNG Blue. Lax will go ahead and push up here, trying to create some space. The Jin, who is still 3-1, manages to find their mythic item. Oh, no, I don't think Rift Herald. I don't think Shelly's really going to do much damage here with this one. Gets a slap or two off, but no, unfortunately can't quite do much there. So Elfamp now in the fight against the Silver Weasel. The Silver Weasel with a lot of healing. Shanghai and Churro will be pushing up, and oh, the damage! Another Jin ulti. Can they make it connect to the Lux? I don't think so. Uh-oh, Ammon. How much damage does Ammon do? An ulti that comes out of the Zyra. Zyra's now down an ultimate, and there it is. Ammon will manage to go ahead and find an elimination there. We'll be getting their health trickled down. Oh, I think there's going to be a little bit of a trade here, though. Here comes the Olaf. A sidestep from Ammon. Can't quite make it out. And Montgomery will go ahead and find themselves grabbing their 4th elimination at 4-1, 8-6 in eliminations. Still up by 2 is UMG Bloom. They also, I believe MWSU managed to find the Ocean Drake there. However, the Chemtech Drake will now take over the map, and so it'll be Chemtech map. Elvamp and the Silver Weasel getting into it again. I just think the Silver Weasel has way too much healing for Elvamp to counter. Gonna go ahead and throw him onto or under the tower. Wait, the extra turret shot. Is it possible? No, we'll go ahead and get away there. A great route that comes in from the Jhin. However, I don't think there's going to be much follow-up with it there. Oh, no. Here comes Fanza. Fanza's going to get taken out. Fanza now down by a lot. 0-4-2. Now, I'm curious to know, is it maybe just the Lux? Maybe luck falls off just a little bit in the late game. So I think that's what MWC is just waiting for right now is how late in the game can we go to go ahead and get our power spikes. Churro will manage to go ahead and get out of the stun. Oh, Evosinator. Oh, wait, the damage coming out from Evosinator. He gets knocked up. I don't think he can find the fourth bullet. Oh, but Lex will go ahead and find the trade, but will die for it to the Olaf. Olaf now 5-1-2. Looking very dangerous. Ammon getting their health chunked away. Will be forced to go ahead and walk away. I think pretty much a 1-5-4. Oh, no, actually, it's pretty even. I mean, the Lux and the Caitlyn go down, and the Lax and Evosinator goes down. So, really, it's pretty much an even fight. I mean, the only thing right now is that UNG Blue, their gold's up. And they also have one tower, so on from that, I mean, MWSU does look pretty good right now, but they're slowly slipping away. So, what can they do to kind of put themselves into a greater position? It is 1-1 Drake, so the objective's not up for another 2 minutes and 33 seconds. However, Rift Herald is up as well. I think UNG Blue will be looking to go ahead and grab that one, or that objective. Scout Drone will go ahead and go out by the Ashe, and they see that they are on the Rift Herald. Now the question is, are they going to go for the steal to go ahead and be smited away, and Rift Herald will be picked up by UNG Blue, and it's specifically going to go on over to the Olaf. The 5-1-2 Olaf looking very powerful this game. Fanza is 1 HP. We'll go ahead and back away here. Elvamp heading back up towards top side. They do have the vision there, so they know where Elvamp is going right now. Zach, unafraid, though, will be pushing in towards top side. In the bush will be Ammon. We'll take down Zyra to about 60% HP left. And here it is, trickling away at the turret. Now will be the Zach, throwing him away now. Can Elvamp continue having more health in him? And here comes the jumps, the ultimate from the Zac, autoing him away again. What will Elvamp do, especially in this position? Here comes the jump. We'll go ahead and sidestep it. Lax in a little bit of a tough position here against the Olaf. Can't be slowed, though. We'll go ahead and walk away. Elvamp gets vision of the Zac, knows where he's going. We'll go ahead and recall there. We'll be forced to go ahead and push these minions away. Again, being forced to, or we'll be forced to grab some minions here. None of the Lux abilities will land. Evosinator's in a little bit of a tough position here, staying under this tower. I think they're just trying to protect it, trying to keep it up, as they are already down 2 towers. Montgomery, Shanghai, and Churro. We'll go ahead and grab that mid tower. Zyra's there as well, and so is Weasel. It seems that we have a 5-man grouping for this next Drake, the Chemtech Drake, the 3rd Drake of the game in total. Here we are. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be much of a contest here for it. Now go ahead and move towards mid, and we'll probably choose to shove this one in while they move up towards top lane. I don't think they're going to go really for an early Baron, though. Fanza's there to try and poke them out. Red buff will go over towards the Jhin. Evosinator. Oh, Montgomery managed to find Ammon. Is Ammon going to have to leave this one alone? I believe so. Yeah, doesn't have the damage to take on the Olaf, and Olaf will go ahead and get away with stealing that blue buff for free. Elfab managed to shove the Silver Weasel under their turret, but we'll have to leave lane alone. The Silver Weasel is a little bit more powerful than the Tahm Kench. Seems like we're just going to have to wait for the late game here. We do hit the 20-minute and 20-second mark. They managed to gain vision of Elf Vamp, a gank coming in from Lax. Can they go ahead and find an Elim? No, they don't. It seems that Olaf is in the back line right now. And I think we're going to see a little bit of a team fight in MWSU's jungle. Quite possibly. There's Shelly. And that's going to go ahead and be the distraction for MWSU. And we'll let UNG Blue take the Baron. Can they go ahead and steal it? Here comes the Jhin ultimate. They go ahead and stun the Olaf. We need a miracle smite here to try and steal this away. Can they do it? I think they're going to, or UNG Blue's going to focus on this fight way more. There goes the Sejuani. There goes the Tahm Kench. And now seems that Ammon was trying to get a little bit of action there too, trying to steal the Baron. 3 go down from the side of MWSU. A double kill on over to the Lux. And Baron will be picked up by UNG Blue. Very well played, too. They decide that they don't want to try risking losing the Baron. So instead, they all turn off and start targeting MWSU. So that's why MWSU couldn't really steal the Baron there, simply because UNG turned around. They basically just stopped doing it, so there was no damage input or damage output onto the Baron. So yep, blue buff will go ahead and be picked up there by Olaf once again. He does a full clear of this jungle. So now you got to be careful here. UNG Blue is definitely in the position that MWSU was in last game. It's starting to tip sides here. We can definitely tell who is starting to become stronger as the game continues. And MWSU just kind of has to play the waiting game here. Kind of has to play passive. You know, gain some gold, get some items, and try fighting. But I don't think a full team fight would be necessary for MWSU. I think they just need to try and find these extra picks here. Elfam's in a little bit of a tough situation. Montgomery will go ahead and Q Elfam. Elfam will shield up, but unfortunately gets taken out by Shanghai. Shanghai will be up another elimination, making them 7, 3, and 5 with a 300 gold bounty. Here comes the Ash Arrow. A cleanse will be forced off the Caitlyn. So here we are now. Fanza getting ulted by the Caitlyn. However, Evosinator will go ahead and tank the damage. It's a little bit of a standstill in the mid lane. Ammon on top of the Silver Weasel. Wow, Ammon, unfortunately, there's not really much damage there. Onto the Zac. I think that was a forced flash away from Fanza. Doesn't want to necessarily go down here. Mid lane. Tier 3 tower will go ahead and get taken out. Yeah, the red turret's destroyed. Ammon in a little bit of a tough position here. Curious to know if he can take out Weasel. Here comes an ultimate, though. Shanghai, Churro, and Montgomery managed to find themselves inside of MWSU's jungle. They're all going to get away safely. As they still have that bear, they'll go ahead and recall for the last time, I believe so. Yeah, Evosinator will go ahead and be clearing out. It does have a lot of CS under their belt, though. It has 211 CS compared to the 164 on Caitlyn. However, when it comes to the Silver Weasel, though, they do have almost 60 more than Tahm Kench, which really puts Tahm Kench at a disadvantage, where Tahm Kench won't necessarily be as strong as they were. We can see now too. The 4th Drake of the game will go on over to UNG Blue once again. It's not really much of an option if you want to contest or not there. Churro Shanghai will go ahead and move towards mid lane. Montgomery will go ahead and just freely clear MWSU's blue side jungle. Evosinator is right now taking red buff. Red buff goes over towards Evosinator. Now grabbing tier 2 tower will be the Lux and the Zyra. Caitlyn now rejoining with them too. Montgomery there as well. MWSU seems to be doing just a little bit of a turtle strategy. 15 eliminations, 3 Drakes to 1. UNG Blue is definitely ahead. Almost winning by about, or no, is winning by about 11,000 gold, I believe so. What will MWSU do? Can they go ahead and catch out someone, or are they just going to go ahead and have to let them grab the inhibitor? Oh, look at the damage onto Churro. However, they will go ahead and grab the inhibitor, and I think they're going to be looking to walk away here. Lax trying to bump Weasel. Oh, the damage onto Lax. Chunking their health bar. Moving up towards top side will now be UNG Blue, as there is no other objective to grab other than top side or bottom side. Here comes the ulti, though. Wait a minute! Can we see Ammon grab some eliminations here? They go ahead and grab one! The fight that MWSU needs! They managed to find 3. Are they going to take out Montgomery? The last person standing. Yes, they do. Ammon risking their life. And MWSU only loses Ammon and Elfamp in that fight, and that's the gold they needed. That's the fight they needed to try and push themselves back into the game. Now, they are down by about 9,000, or I still think 11, oh no, by about 9,000 gold. My apologies. But that is that extra boost that they needed, and I think MWSU, if they were down, their mentals are definitely up now. That fight gives them just a little bit more confidence. I think they're going to be wanting the Baron here. They might get this one for free. The health is now trickling down on the Baron. Elfamp is there too. Ammon still on a respawn. 3 seconds left. 17 eliminations to 13. The Ash Arrow hits the Lux. Oh, here comes the Silver Weasel. Can MWSU continue this Baron? Can they grab it? Yes, they do. They also claim the objective bounty. Oh, I think Elfamp's going to get taken out, though, but that's definitely worth a lot of sustain that goes onto the side of MWSU. Now 18 eliminations is UNG Blue. They'll go ahead and try forcing a mid push here. Do they have enough damage to take out the minions? Yes, they do, with that Baron buff there as well. Who is going to do enough damage so to take out some of these tanks that are on the side of UNG Blue? Fanza, only level 12, is still squishy. Here comes the Jhin ultimate. The next Chemtech Drake is up in 1 minute and 7 seconds. Assuming UNG Blue will be looking to grab the Dragon Soul, the Chemtech Soul. Seems that they're trying to keep Lax down once again. Lax will go ahead and be looking to grab their Grom again, just trying to grab whatever they can right now to keep themselves in the game. Goblinoid will go ahead and be using that empowered Blast Cone. Lax and Elfamp I guess they're just securing the jungle. They're trying to figure out where their positioning should be right now. Montgomery down on the red side. It's very quiet on the Rift right now. Nobody really wants to overstep here. Ammon does have 241 CS, though. Oh, a missed Ash Arrow. Elfamp going in. Is going to get caught out, though. I don't think it's really going to be successful there. Ammon, Lax, Fanza. Evozenator will be forced to move on out. Yeah, going down one by one now. Ammon will be moving away. Evozenator will probably try to be doing as much damage as possible. Ammon with the re-engage, and Ammon managed to find the Silver Weasel. Evozenator is unafraid. However, oh, and it appears. Oh, let me go ahead and click back into the game, please. Almost there. And waiting for it. Waiting for it. Waiting for it. That is okay. We're almost there, and it's going to go ahead and load up here. Now, unfortunately, I do believe we missed a little bit of a team fight there, and it just so happened that it was what I believe is Ammon and Lax that went down. Dragon Soul goes on over to the side of UNG Blue, as UNG Blue now has 22 elims, and they're up by about 7.4k gold. So Elfamp and Evozenator clearing out mid right now, preventing the minions from getting onto their inhibitor. Churro, Shanghai, the Silver Weasel will be moving up towards mid. Some free gold that goes on over to Shanghai there. Seems like they're going to be moving up here. Baron isn't up for another minute, 50 seconds. Elder Drake isn't up for another 5 minutes. So I'm curious to know if they're just trying to catch out someone. They do see Ammon up on the top side clearing out the minions. Red buff goes on over to Evozenator. He'll walk away, but unfortunately it goes on over to the Caitlyn. Lax is going to get taken out here as well, as they are stunned and rooted. Olaf already in the back line, jumping on top of Fanza there. Ammon and Elfamp, the last one standing from the side of MWSU. Taking the inhibitor now will be UNG Blue, as the Silver Weasel engages on it. Red inhibitor goes down. Now super minions will go ahead and spawn all in. It's going to be up to Ammon to try and grab an elimination there. We'll go ahead and ult out, but I think the damage is way too much for UNG Blue, as they slowly start trickling away at the last turret. And now here comes the Nexus. The damage that comes out from Evozenator isn't enough to even grab one. And there we are. It appears that UNG Blue manages to tie the series at 1-1. Now, what I think MWSU should do here is they could go ahead, collect themselves, rejoice as one, and take on the third and final game against UNG Blue. So while they do that, Griffins, we're going to go ahead and take a short break. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Alrighty, welcome back, Griffins, from an exciting second game two as UNG prevails over MWSU Griffin Esports. And now we go into game three, the decider. Will MWSU become 3-2, or will University of North Georgia Blue become 5-1? That is the question of the day, and as we can already see, we're into our draft pick. First band phase already over. It seems that MWSU is now back onto the blue side. UNG Blue will go ahead and ban the Silisthione and the Zaya. They'll pick up the Varus, and MWSU will ban the Aurelion Sol, the Wukong, the Olaf. Definitely a strong pick as we saw last game, and they'll go ahead and pick up the Caitlyn. Lux being picked up once again, probably for the bot side of UNG. As you can see, the Lux did go 7-2. Or more than 7-2, but they went 7-2 in that early game, and that definitely became very destructive in every single team fight with trying to pick off the back line. Lax is going to go ahead and be picking here. What's it going to be? They're going to go ahead and pick up the Nautilus, one of my all-time favorite supports. So here we are now. Who's going to be the last pick in the first pick phase? The Caitlyn Nautilus already looking very strong. Already know who the bot lane is for the side of MWSU. Varus and Lux. Now, it could be Varus bot lane or Varus mid lane. That'll be up to who decides that. Gnar top lane. Assuming that's top lane. Will go ahead and be chosen here. Gnar is also one of my very or one of my very favorites, but I have not seen a Gnar in a while, so I'm going to be very curious to know how that one goes. Sejuani is going to be picked up by UNG Blue, it seems. Yes, look at those 3 strong picks already from the side of UNG Blue. However, the Nautilus and Caitlyn can be strong as well. Gnar, don't have much knowledge on Gnar in the meta right now, but of course there is the Kassadin pick. They're going to ban it out. Something tells me they could tell that it was becoming an issue after Kassadin started 2v1ing. Could not 5v1 though, so I guess that's a positive. No, but Seraphine's going to get banned out here. What's the last ban from UNG Blue? Who's it going to be? 18 seconds to go ahead and choose. That could possibly be the Jhin. I'm curious to know if they're going to ban out the Jhin, but as we can see, the Caitlyn's already been picked. So could it possibly be a support? No, it's going to be Azir mid. Or if they're going to ban out the Azir, who is usually play mid. There's the Orianna ban, and now we're waiting for the mid lane and the jungle picks from both sides, I believe. So who's it going to be? Put your guesses in the chat. Fiora, Aatrox, they're just skipping through. Who's it going to be? Who are they going to choose? It's going to be the Vi, assuming that's going to be a Vi top. It could possibly be a Vi top or a Vi mid. Wow, man, that's definitely an interesting pick there, a Vi. So now waiting for it. It's going to be in a Mumu jungle, Lilia jungle, waiting for it. Rengar, waiting for it. Ivern, Lee Sin. There it is, Lee Sin after 5 champion hovers. It's going to be the Lee Sin. Now you got to do something with Lee Sin in that early game, or else Lee Sin falls off. And, in order for Lee Sin, in order for Lee Sin to keep kind of that momentum going, if they have a strong lead, they're going to need to be able to listen. Get it? Listen. Okay. Anyways, on from that, Victor mid. Yes, Victor mid is going to be chosen here. I'm curious to know who's going to be the last pick now. The Vex. Is it going to be Vex? So if that's Vex, I'm going to assume that's going to be a Vi top. Malzahar, also a good pick. We'll go ahead and be locked in to finish off the pick ban phases. Look at this. A couple of new champions, or at least 4 new champions on the side of MWSU. And I think 2 new champions now on the side of UNG Blue. So I'm very excited here. Vi is all in. Sejuani is all in. Malzahar here is also a good pick as well. And so, anyways, on from that, as we can see here. Oh, you know what? I just realized I can point up the Nautilus. Okay. Anyways, that's just me messing around. But anyways, on from that, it's going to go ahead and be the Lux going down. So Varus Lux is very strong. We have the Nautilus. Caitlyn, again, right above me, is also going to be a good kind of duo in the bot lane. We have a Victor, Lee Sin, and Gnar taking up the other side of the map. And as we go ahead and reach our end of our pick and ban phase, we go to our spectator delay. So after this small break, don't go anywhere, Griffins. We'll be right back. Alrighty, welcome back, Griffins. If you're just now joining us, my name is Darren and Brinks, but of course that's for the new viewers. For the current viewers who've stuck with us the entire time here, you know that the series is 1-1, and this is the game decider. Oh, we're getting a little bit too close for comfort here. Here it is, the invade, a small little fight. Fans is going to manage to unfortunately get taken down to almost half HP. Wow, look at that, the invade fight. And nobody goes down. Nobody really wanted to overstep, and nobody wanted to get taken out for first blood. So there we are. Yeah, all right, everybody backs, and everybody's going to be late to lane. So that's an interesting one. So, anyways, on from that everyone's going again back to lane, and so I guess one CS happened there. Where Victor managed to take out a ward. So I guess Victor's the only one that's really ahead right now, but not really. So Ammon managing to go ahead or Ammon on the Victor. That's right. I have not seen Victor in a long time. I do know that Victor can be really good, especially when it comes to their ultimate. We have a Vi jungle and a Sejuani top lane. UNG Blue definitely choosing meta champions and putting them in different lanes. It's definitely something of a variety, I'd have to say. Usually we see Sejuani in the jungle, but... Alright, now between the Varus and the Caitlyn, it's definitely going to be who can poke who out of lane. It seems that the Nautilus wants a little bit of an early pick here as he moves up to that third bush, but I don't think there's going to be much luck there. All right. Again, very quiet along the rift. There's not really much going on here. Besides Goblinoid taking a lot of damage. And Victor's only really strong when Victor gets their Hextech cores, I believe. So to upgrade their abilities. So Fanza now grabbing onto the Lux. Here comes the Vi, though. Fanza. Oh, it seems that Lax is there as well, too. But Lax is not as tanky as the Vi. So, oh, almost. Oh, that. Oh, man. Just the tip of the Q there manages to make contact with the Lee Sin. And Lee Sin gets taken out. Churro and Shanghai now comfortably in lane. We'll go ahead and take over with 3 eliminations. Elfamp and the Silver Weasel. Once again, they're very quiet up on that top side. Nothing much is really happening here. Ammon doing a lot of damage on over to the Malzahar. Now, when Malzahar turns level 6 and they both have their ultimates, who's really going to be winning those fights is the question. Plax will take out the blue, now going to take out the Scuttle for the info, as Vi is on the other side of the map, taking out the blue buff. 6.3 gold to 7.6k gold. Here comes Lax. Oh, the Q doesn't land onto the Malzahar. Very unfortunate, accidentally hits a minion. A great gank attempt that comes out from Lax, just unfortunately just was not executed in their favor. Gnar is going to turn into Mega Gnar. There it is, turns into a lion. Absolutely love the wrestling skins. Managed to get the stun off onto Weasel. Tries jumping on top of Weasel, but Weasel cancels it out with a Q. Oh, gets stunned now, Elfamp. And a little bit of a tough situation. Will do damage, but not as much damage as Sejuani. Oh no, Elfamp managed to overstay, didn't want it back. Alright. Lax now will go ahead and be... Or actually, sorry, in that position, Lax is trying to get away from the Lux. Manages to get away. Elfamp manages to survive here as well. Although, use their flash to get away. Goblinoid doesn't want to push up in lane towards Amon. I guess they were trying to wait to see if anybody was going to move up towards the river, but nope. Fanza, Evozinator, and Lax on top of the dragon right now, trying to grab an objective early, I suppose. So here we are now. Amon will be sitting comfortably in lane. Vi is very deep inside of MWSU's jungle right now, grabbing the wolves. Fanza Evozinator. Down on the bot side too. They can't quite manage to find an elimination here. They got to be careful too as well. They could get ganked again. And Varus is definitely close to reaching level 6 as well. So you want to be careful because Varus ultimate is very strong as it literally locks someone in place. Puts Varus's passive, puts the stacks on him. Varus hits W, charges up Q to the maximum, and then all of a sudden Varus has done 900 damage in a matter of 2 seconds. So you want to be careful of that. The Silver Weasel will be looking to try and engage onto Elfamp here, but Elfamp managed to keep their distance. Here comes the engage coming in from Weasel. Wants to try and take out Elfamp early and might be able to do it. That last auto attack will finish off Elfamp. MWSU has yet to put themselves on the board here. They don't realize that Montgomery is there. Here comes the ultimate, a cleanse that comes out from Caitlyn. We'll go ahead and save their life. Lax rotates on down too, but there's not much pressure there, not much that was done. Amon and Malzahar again meeting each other in mid lane, just farming it up. 74 CS to 73. It's pretty even in the mid lane. Actually, it's pretty even all over, I want to say. Other than the Silver Weasel does have about 20 CS more than Elfamp. Now recalling will be both Shanghai and Shuro. Amon, Goblinoid trying to poke each other out, can't quite do it. They're just going to go ahead and clear out their waves. Again, MWSU only has one Drake right now, and they're down by about 3k gold as well. So the curious question is do you take ones or do you just wait till late game? It could be a very quiet game, actually. Here comes Elfamp, and here comes Elfamp jumping on top of the Sejuani, but here comes Vi with the counter gank. Being shoved away now. Vi goes under tower, is stunned. Here comes the Lee Sin. Doesn't land the Q, but an extra tower shot managed to take out the Vi. I don't think Lax can really 1v1 a Sejuani, so we'll be forced to go ahead and walk away. Elfamp 1 and 3, but managed to put MWSU on the board for eliminations. Silver Weasel here hasn't backed yet, and here comes Elfamp trying. Managed to get their 3-hit proc off. Amon will now be walking towards Min. Managed to get 1 Hex that Corrin puts it onto their, what I believe is actually their E ability, so. Here comes the Silver Weasel on top of Elfamp. It's going to force Elfamp to go into their Mega form. So there it is. So how much damage can Elfamp do before they fall there? Does actually quite a little bit of damage here. Now I do want to say that Elfamp, if we get to those big team fights, right, or when we get to those big team fights, it's definitely going to be important for Elfamp to be in Meganar form. And that's because Meganar does have a great ultimate where they can jump in, shove everyone into an object, and then they get stunned for about 3 seconds. So Evosinator is 0-0-0. Here we go. We might actually see an elimination onto the Vars. Can we see an auto attack manage to go out? But against now a Lux and a Vi. This is definitely looking a little rough for MWSU as we see the counter gank. Great positioning by the Vi to be there in time. Oh, we'll go ahead and hook away. And manages to get away. Amon now doing a lot of damage on over. Oh, a missed Q by the Lee Sin. Very unfortunate. Does have their ultimate. And now here comes the Silver Weasel. Will be forced to walk away. Goblinoid will go ahead and grab. Oh, wait. A 1v1 between Lax and Montgomery, maybe? No. Montgomery will just go ahead and walk away. As we have had 2 Drakes been taken up now, it is the Chemtech map, so we get those extra empowered bushes. Or plants, sorry, not bushes. We get those extra bushes that can give extra healing, extra sight, can move you around. Amon managed to put the gate under him, so it will force UNG Blue, whomever was ganking, I believe it was the Vi, to go ahead and walk away there. Ooh, a lot of damage on over to the Malzahar. A hook onto the Lux. Lax is in the vicinity. Oh, Evosinator gets turned around that fight. There's Churro getting taken out by Lax and Fanza. Can Lax survive this one? Gets traded out. The Lux now 4-1. Unfortunately takes out Evosinator in a 1v1. And then takes out Lax in a 1v1. But trades. So very well played from the Lux. I don't think it could have been played much better, though. Elfamp will be going into Meganar form here. They're trying to get vision of the Sejuani. They know. They're asking for assistance. The blast cone is there. I think Elfamp might be forced to jump away here. Here comes the Sejuani stun. The Vi ultimate. Or the Sejuani ultimate and the Vi stun. So now it's going to force Elfamp down to 1-4. MWSU down by only 6 eliminations, though. Down by about 3k gold still, as it has been for probably the past 6 minutes here. Vision Plant will go ahead and be used. Fanza gets stunned. Go ahead and get. We see an E from the Varus. We'll go ahead and slow them as well, just getting that extra damage output. Lux is definitely going to be looking to take out Evosinator again. Just hits Evosinator at the tip of the AoE there. Malzahar will be pushing in mid. Here comes Victor, though. We'll go ahead and try and counter that. Elfamp getting hit twice. A swing and a hit. We'll go ahead and get marked twice here. I think the Silver Weasel will be looking to try and drop. Or we'll try and take out Elfamp here, but I don't think they're going to be able to do it. So they're just going to walk away from under the enemy tower, which is probably a smart idea. Q being channeled by the Varus. Doesn't manage to land on anyone. Just targeting the minions there. The Silver Weasel and Vi together will go ahead and destroy the first turret of the game at 16 minutes. Or specifically 15 minutes and 57 seconds. But I like to round up here. So, Victor now will go ahead and be sitting, waiting for his minions in mid lane. Lax, unfortunately, can't find the Q to land on top of the Sejuani there. Oh, Amon might actually be caught out here. Managed to put the gate under him so that nobody can hop on him. Just for clarification, if anybody jumps in to that little gate that Victor puts down, that little, I kind of want to call it the purple circle. If anybody steps in it, then if they stand it for about 2 seconds here, they will get stunned, as we can go ahead and see a good example here. A fight manages to break out. Caitlyn manages to find one, but I think UNG Blue is just a little bit too strong. Here comes the ultimate. No stuns will be found, but Victor and Evosinator will manage to find some eliminations here. You got to be careful. No, there's the root, and Evosinator gets taken down. They are all low right now. Here comes Amon, and a little bit of a 1v1 against Shanghai here. The burn effect. Oh, the snipe coming out from Churro lands onto Amon, and there will be no contest there for the Drake. So 2 Drakes to 1, 6 elims to 15. UNG is ahead. UNG Blue only has 1 turret. Seems that Vi will go ahead and be clearing out their jungle here. Lex, sitting here waiting for some vision, gets spotted. Will be forced to go ahead and move away towards Fanza. Now get very quiet along the rift. Lax and Elfamp want to try and take out Weasel here. The Q manages to land. Can we get an ultimate from the Lee Sin to force Weasel back? But here comes the Vi, hopping right on top of Lax. A double stun. An ulti, though, that comes out from Lax and manages to go ahead and connect onto the Lee Sin. Elfamp will be forced to move away. Now up by 10 eliminations is UNG Blue. Once again. Here we are now. Taking the Rift Herald is UNG. Evosinator is right now doing just a little bit of farming down on the bottom side. Malzahar tries silencing them and doing a little bit of damage with our Q, just unsuccessful. Montgomery. Sejuani again, they're going to grab Rift Herald. Now the question is, are they going to go ahead and put it onto the top side or the middle lane? Here comes Fanza, unafraid to go and engage onto Churro. Churro's going to go ahead and get taken out here. Here's the Vi showing themselves, but accidentally showing themselves in a 4v1 situation. So Fanza, Evosinator, Elfamp staying grouped. We'll now go ahead and try and push mid together. Lax will go ahead and be taking Krugs here. Fanza, Evosinator, and Elfamp going to be pushed away by the Lux, as they don't want to get caught by Lux. Very understandable, as Lux can take any really squishy champ down to about 100 to 0. Oh, Elfamp's going to get hopped on top of by Elfamp. Here's the snipe that comes out from Shanghai. The Malzahar ulti will go ahead and catch Fanza here in 5. Gonna charge up the Q onto Fanza. And there it is. Montgomery managed to find another elimination. Amon in a 1v1 situation against the Silver Weasel. Can he do it? I think that one's going to get turned around. Lax getting hit by all of Varus's abilities, and unfortunately will go down there. However, in that 1v1, Amon manages to be successful against the Silver Weasel. Here comes Baron now, right after they just grabbed Rift Herald about 2 minutes ago. I think they might be successful with it. I can't quite tell. I think they used it in the mid lane. So an objective bounty is going to be picked up by Amon down on that bottom side. However, here goes Baron. Baron's going to get taken out now. They're going to go ahead and do a reset here, buy their abilities. Or buy their abilities. Sorry, buy their items. They're going to go ahead and move back onto the Rift. So here we are now. MWSU, and again, a little bit of a tough position here, as they're down by about 7,000 gold again. Lax will go ahead and clear their Gromp, their blue side. Dragon's going to be up in about 25 seconds, and we know that UNG Blue will be wanting to go ahead and grab this one, as it's going to put them one step closer to the Chemtech Soul. Silver Weasel and Shanghai are in mid lane waiting for someone to overpush. The Silver Weasel, we go ahead and clear some wards. A missed Q and W that come out from Shanghai. Montgomery, will they be looking to jump on top of Fanza here? No, Fanza will go ahead and walk away. Amon gets chunked there just a little bit. Blue turret gets destroyed down on that bottom side. Churro getting hit by the Caitlyn ultimate, but doesn't really do much damage. Will MWSU be looking to steal this? Oh, there's the Rift Herald. Rift Herald's going to be dropped down on the bottom side there. It's going to be up to Lax to try and take it out here, but... Oh, no. There it is. Oh, okay. Manages to jump out of the range of Shanghai's abilities. However, here comes the gank from Montgomery, looking very destructive right now together as they work together to try and siege this bottom lane. Again, they do have that Baron buff, so it empowers all of those minions around. Taking mid is Churro and the Silver Weasel, and it's looking like they're wanting to group together for one fight here close to the base here. So Goblinoid gets stunned. Oh, look at that damage that goes onto Churro, though. MWSU is grouped right now. They're just trying to push these minions away. The last recalls, probably with the Baron buff. His Baron buff probably is going to go away here. Heading down now, mid, Churro and Shanghai. MWSU, again, they're just trying to farm as much as they can. Grab as much gold as they can before the next fight. Grab some items. Uh-oh, Evocenator's in a little bit of a tough position. I think the ultimate gets canceled out, though, by the Nautilus Q. Oh, the fight's going back and forth right now. Jumping on top of Churro is the Lee Sin, is Lax. Uh-oh, I don't think he'll be able to survive this one. Hopping on top of the Lux, though, and here comes Amon doing a lot of damage. Oh, unfortunately gets Q'd, though. Here comes the W from the Lux. Is now silenced. Can he escape? Burning slowly, and there comes the area that will finish off Amon. Fanza is the last one standing here. Will be forced to flash away. Now, as we can see here, Lax is on a respawn. Evocenator is coming in, or Evocenator, then Lax in about 7 seconds, and Elf Vamp. The only one who's on a long cooldown right now is Amon. An ultimate that comes out from Evocenator. It's going to connect, but it won't quite do much. There we are. Minions pushing up top wave. Kind of put a decision on MWSU. Do they want to go ahead and push mid, or do they need to take care of top lane? They're going to put Gnar on top lane there to go ahead and clear out some of those minions. Evozinator and Fanza. They're up there with Lax right now. In the middle, like directly middle of the map. So here we are now. They want to be careful. They got to be careful where they step, because they know if they step anywhere just a little bit up too far, they know that Vi is going to be there to hop on top of them. Churro Goblinoid will be grouping up with Shanghai, and what I believe is actually, or Montgomery Shanghai will be grouping up with Churro Goblinoid to kind of take out MWSU's minions there. They use the bush strat. Sitting inside of the bush, they managed to find Elfamp and unfortunately get taken out. A great gate placement by the Victor will force UNG Blue to back off. However, they are grouping up on that top side there. Shanghai sitting and waiting for someone to go ahead and push up there slowly. Here comes the Q. It doesn't land. Almost lands on top of the Lee Sin, though. It's 9 eliminations to 25. Up by 11,000 gold again is UNG Blue. Goes in there. We'll go ahead and clear out those last couple of minions there. Regrouping once again will be UNG Blue up on top of the top side river. They want to go ahead and grab Baron again. Now the question is does MWSU want to contest, or do they want to go ahead and sit back and continue farming? And I think they're just going to sit back and continue farming, as going for Baron could possibly have them lose this game. So as they go ahead and grab Baron, they'll go ahead and be looking to end the game with that Baron. So grouping up on that bottom side, that bottom right side, they managed to find Fanza. Oh, but Fanza goes ahead and gets away. Grabbing the dragon now. Looking to grab Dragon Soul will be UNG Blue. Gone very quiet again. MWSU is just waiting for someone to get caught out from the side of UNG Blue where they can go ahead and collapse on them, as they just need the extra gold. 4 people from the side of UNG Blue do have bounties. Vi, no, the Lux has the 600 gold bounty. The Vi with 550 gold. Malzahar and Varus with 150 gold. Lax down on that bottom side there. Trying to go for the Krugs, but Krugs has been cleared out. We'll now move away here. Amon taking blue buff. Knows he's going to need it. Now on the bottom side is Shanghai, Churro, and the Silver Weasel. Can they find the Silver Weasel? I don't think they have enough damage. They do manage to get Weasel down to about, I say, about 25 HP left. Oh, look how low they are. But is that the person you really want to go down right now? I think you want to take out the Lux or take out the Varus as of right now. Possibly even the Vi. So moving away now, they want to go ahead and go for the Malzahar. Malzahar has been splitting top lane for a little bit of time here now. Simply giving MWSU the question, do they want to go for top lane or do they want to go for bottom lane, as they start to go ahead and close in on these inhibitors here. So Amon getting taken down to about 1 HP, gets taken out though, will be finished off, and MWSU will go ahead and lose 3 there. Lax burning now slowly, gets jumped on by the Vi. Fans is now the last one remaining. I think it's definitely safe to say that UNG Blue can go ahead and end here, and they will. Now in the best of the 3 series, they managed to go ahead and turn around, losing the first game. And then now winning the 2 to go ahead and bring it back, and they do. Of course, very unfortunate, but of course, GG, well played to all. So on that note, we're gonna go ahead and just end it there. Thank you so much, Griffins, for watching. We appreciate the support. We appreciate you watching every single weekend. And so, on that note, always remember, go Griffs, and have a good one.